Today's development coming from Zimbabwe is becoming one very serious political and economic conversation that is shaking attention across Southern Africa. And the main focus is on powerful statements linked to the judiciary, political leadership, and the long-standing issue of illegal gold activities in the country, which many people have now come to describe as the gold network problem affecting national resources. And before we continue, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any update, because what is happening now is not small at all. It is something that connects leadership, economy, and the future of millions of people in the country. The situation starts with strong commentary attributed to top legal and political voices, where concerns are being raised around leadership direction, governance structure, and what should happen as leadership transitions or reforms are being discussed within national spaces. In all of this, one message that keeps standing out is the warning and call for serious attention on how national wealth, especially gold resources, is being managed. And again, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because we are breaking everything down in simple English so everybody can understand what is going on. Now, in Zimbabwe, gold is one of the most important natural resources. It is one of the reasons the country is considered very rich in the ground. But despite this richness, the reality on the surface is very different. Many citizens continue to face economic pressure, rising prices, unstable currency conditions, and limited job opportunities. This is where the concern becomes deeper, because when a country has so much natural wealth, but the people are still struggling, questions will always come up. And I want you to stay with me on this, and also remember to like this video and subscribe, because the story is still building. Over time, there have been repeated claims and discussions around illegal gold movement, where gold is said to leave the country through unofficial channels. These claims have created a major national debate, especially because gold is supposed to be one of the strongest sources of national income. When people hear that such a valuable resource is not fully benefiting the country, frustration naturally increases. And let me remind you again, like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next part, because this matter is deep. Now, the issue being discussed is not just about gold alone. It is also about trust in governance, trust in systems, and trust in how national resources are protected. When citizens begin to feel that resources are not being properly managed, the pressure on leadership increases. This is exactly what is happening in this case. And as we continue, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because I'm breaking it down step by step so it is easy to follow. In the political environment, statements linked to senior figures in the legal and political system have added more attention to the situation. These statements are being interpreted in different ways depending on political alignment. But what stands out clearly is that there is an ongoing conversation about leadership responsibility, national direction, and economic justice. At the same time, the mention of gold mafia has become a strong symbol in public discussion. This term is used to describe alleged illegal networks connected to gold trading activities that may involve different actors. Whether in official reports, investigations, or public debate, the term has now become a way people describe concerns around corruption in the mining sector. And again, like this video and subscribe, because this is the type of story that affects real lives. Now let's slow it down so everybody understands clearly. Zimbabwe is a country with strong mineral resources. Gold is one of the biggest. In normal situations, when a country produces gold, the revenue should support hospitals, roads, schools, jobs, and public services. That is the expectation. But when the benefits are not clearly seen by ordinary citizens, questions begin to rise. People start asking simple questions like, where is the money going? Who controls the resources? And why is development not matching the level of natural wealth in the ground? And before we go deeper, please like this video and subscribe so we can continue bringing you updates like this in simple English. Now, over the years, Zimbabwe has also faced wider economic challenges. Inflation issues, currency instability, and limited foreign investment have all contributed to the pressure on the economy. These challenges make the discussion about resource management even more sensitive because citizens are already feeling economic strain in their daily lives. So when there are allegations or discussions about missing or mismanaged resource revenue, it becomes an emotional topic for many people. And again, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Now let's talk about the public reaction side in a simple way. Many citizens believe that if corruption or illegal resource movement is reduced, the country can improve very fast. They believe the land is rich enough to support everyone if properly managed. This belief is what keeps pushing public debate strongly whenever issues like gold trade and leadership responsibility come up. But on the other side, there are also arguments that the situation is not simple. Some say the economic environment has been affected by multiple factors, including international relations, past economic history, and structural issues in the system. Still, one thing remains clear, and that is the demand for accountability continues to grow. Before we continue, please like this video and subscribe, because the next part is very important to understand how this connects to the wider African situation. Across Africa, resource management is a major topic. Many countries are rich in minerals, oil, and natural wealth, yet still face development challenges. This has created a wider continental conversation about how resources are controlled and who truly benefits from them. So what is happening in Zimbabwe is not isolated. It reflects a broader African discussion about governance and resource distribution. And again, like this video and subscribe so you can stay updated with real African stories explained in simple English. Now, coming back to Zimbabwe specifically, political tension always becomes stronger when economic pressure increases. When citizens feel economic hardship, they naturally pay more attention to leadership decisions, statements, and actions. This is why discussions around leadership transition, governance direction, and national reform become very sensitive topics. And in this case, any strong statement from senior figures immediately becomes part of a bigger national conversation. So what we are seeing is not just one issue, but multiple issues coming together at the same time. Economic pressure, resource management concerns, political interpretation, and public expectation all mixing into one major discussion. And I will remind you again, like this video and subscribe, because this breakdown is continuing. Now let's make it very clear in simple terms. When a country has gold, the expectation is that gold should help the country grow. When that does not clearly happen, people begin to question the system. When people begin to question the system, political debate increases. When political debate increases, statements from leaders or influential figures become more sensitive and widely discussed. That is the cycle we are seeing here. And again, like this video and subscribe. At the same time, youth unemployment remains one of the biggest challenges in Zimbabwe. Many young people are educated but still searching for stable opportunities. This creates frustration and increases public attention on how national wealth is being managed. Because in the mind of many citizens, if resources are properly used, jobs should increase, industries should grow, and opportunities should expand. So when that expectation is not met, conversations become more intense. And before we continue, like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the final part. Now let's also talk about the leadership pressure side. In any country, leadership is always under pressure when economic conditions are difficult. Every statement, every policy, and every decision becomes highly analyzed. In Zimbabwe's case, this pressure is even more visible because of the country's economic history and current challenges. So when discussions come up about governance direction and resource control, it naturally becomes a national spotlight issue. And again, like this video and subscribe because we are going deeper. Now, one important thing to understand is that public trust plays a very big role in national development. When citizens trust systems, cooperation increases. When trust reduces, tension increases. That is why discussions around transparency and accountability are always very important in national conversations. And this is exactly what is being reflected in this situation. Now let's slow it down again for clarity. Zimbabwe has potential. Zimbabwe has resources. Zimbabwe has land, minerals, and human talent. But the challenge remains how these resources are managed and distributed in a way that benefits the wider population. That is the core of the entire discussion. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Now, looking at the broader picture, Africa continues to experience similar debates in different countries. Whether it is mining, oil, or agriculture, the question of who benefits from national wealth is always present. So Zimbabwe becomes part of a larger African story about development, governance, and accountability. And again, like this video and subscribe, because we are almost at the end of this breakdown. Now let's bring everything together in simple understanding. What is happening is a mix of political discussion, economic pressure, public expectation, and resource management concerns. The attention around gold and leadership statements shows how sensitive national wealth issues are in times of economic difficulty. Citizens want improvement. Citizens want stability. Citizens want transparency. And citizens want to see real change in their daily lives. That is the heart of the matter. And again, like this video and subscribe. As this situation continues to develop, many people will continue watching closely to see how leadership responds, how economic challenges are addressed, and whether national resource management becomes more transparent and beneficial to the general population.